In today's lecture, we're going to discuss the gram staining. Before we get right into the discussion, let us know the points of our today's lecture. In the very first point, we will talk about the nomenclature of the gram staining, means we'll clear the concept that why the gram staining is called as gram staining or why the gram staining is given the name differential staining. And in the second point, we'll talk about the steps that actually followed in performing the gram staining. And in the third point, we'll come to know that how the gram positive is actually differing from the gram negative bacteria by means of this gram staining process. Let's continue our discussion from the very first point, that is the gram staining. Why? The gram staining is given the name as gram staining or gram stain. Very simple answer. It is just named because of the person who invented this. That was actually a bacteriologist named Hans Christian Gram. So at the end of his name there was Gram. That's why it is given the name gram stain or gram staining. I hope it's easy. Second point, differential staining. Why it's called as differential staining? Very simple. Concentrate the word differential. By means of this staining, we actually differentiate the gram positive bacteria from the gram negative bacteria. At the end of this staining, we actually get two types of the bacteria. Number one, purple. Number two, reddish pink. The one stained purple is actually the gram positive, and the one stained pinkish red, that is actually the gram negative bacteria. Now let's know the steps through which we actually perform the gram staining. First of all, what we need is we need a bacteria on a slide which is supposed to be fixed by means of a heat source. The second step, or you can say in the very first step regarding the staining, is the crystal violet color dye. We'll take a drop of this crystal violet and we will pour this drop on that slide on which the bacteria is available with us. What will happen? This dye will just diffuse in that bacteria, whether it is gram positive or gram negative. So both the bacteria will actually absorb this dye. Second step is pouring a drop of iodine. Now this iodine, in microbiology we call it as mordant, means it is actually fixing this crystal violet dye on that bacteria. Third point is alcohol. Remember, in each point, in each step, we are supposed to wait for about 30 seconds. And we are also supposed to wash the same slide after performing any step. Means if we applied for the first time the crystal violet dye, we'll wash this one slide. And the second step, when we apply that iodine, again we will wash. So this is the very rule regarding the staining point of view. So coming to the point third, that is alcohol. When we pour a drop of alcohol on this slide on which the bacteria is available, what will happen? This alcohol will actually wash out the membrane. Along with that, it will wash out the capsule of the bacteria. You guys might have got the concept from our last videos in which we actually told you people about the difference between the gram positive and gram negative bacteria. According to this structural point of view, the bacteria is actually composed of the plasma membrane, the cell wall and the capsule. So after applying the alcohol, what will happen? The capsule along with the plasma membrane, these will actually wash out. So the very reason behind is actually the dehydration mechanism. This alcohol has got a very interesting job, that is dehydrating ability. So when we apply the alcohol, this will dehydrate this particular bacteria, due to which the capsule plus the plasma membrane will be actually washed. So according to gram positive and gram negative bacteria structure, the gram positive bacteria has actually got a structural composition of plasma membrane, cell wall of very thick size and a capsule. So when we apply the alcohol, what will happen? The plasma membrane along with the capsule will be washed out and the cell wall will be a kind constricted. So you can say shrinked. And regarding gram negative point of view, when we apply the same alcohol on this bacteria, if this bacteria is gram negative, so for now, until now, we don't know at what type of bacteria is the one that we are actually performing a staining on. So after performing the first step, that is applying the crystal violet dye, we are moving towards the iodine, which is actually helping to fix the dye onto this bacteria. And then we are going towards the next step, that is alcohol. Here, when we just pour a drop of alcohol on this particular slide on which the bacteria is available, what will happen? This alcohol will actually wash out the membrane and the capsule from the particular bacteria. Why? Because alcohol has got the dehydrating ability. It dehydrates the bacteria. What will happen then? So concentrate. It will wash out the membrane plus the capsule. So in the gram positive and the gram negative, we do have the membranes and the capsule. What do I mean by the membranes? Simple. In the gram positive, we have a membrane, And in the gram-negative, we have primary and secondary plasma membrane. So after applying the alcohol, it will wash out the membrane along with the capsule from the gram-positive, and the cell wall, which is actually thick regarding gram-positive point of view. This thick cell wall will shrink. So what will happen now to gram-positive bacteria? When we apply the alcohol, we just have the cell wall shrink to. And regarding gram-negative point of view, when we apply the alcohol, we will get what? Our capsule from this gram-negative bacteria will be removed. Secondary plasma membrane along with the primary somehow will be removed. So what's remaining here? Cell wall. And it is obvious in front of us that the gram-negative has got thin cell wall. Now after applying this alcohol, this cell wall will again shrink. So further shrinking will cause it more thin. You can say it will become more thin as compared to the gram-positive. So what happens now? Very simple. When you apply the alcohol, the dye which was present, the crystal violet dye, it is still available on the cell wall of the gram-positive. But this dye is now removed from the gram-negative. Reason behind? Very simple. This cell wall was thick. It got trapped, that crystal violet dye. This cell wall, gram-negative, it is actually thin. So during the process when we were applying the alcohol, that dye actually was also washed out. Now here, for now, consider that we have a purple dye, the crystal violet dye, left here in the gram-positive, and regarding gram-negative point of view, we have no dye for now. Okay. In this last step, safranin, we are applying the next dye. It is safranin. Okay, this is the next dye. Now this dye has got a red color. You can say reddish pink. So when we apply this color, according to one logic, the gram-positive will not be stained. According to another logic, the gram-positive will be stained, but this dye has got a dull color, weak color. Means that the crystal violet color is actually a kind dominant color as compared to safranin. So according to one logic, the safranin will not bind or will not be diffused into the cell wall of the gram-positive bacteria. According to another logic, the safranin will be diffused, but it is a kind dull, due to which the gram-positive will be actually showing the purple color. That's it. Regarding gram-negative point of view, we got the concept that the dye, the membranes, the capsule, they all actually washed out after applying the alcohol. Now when we apply the safranin, this is the only dye when we apply, and this actually goes and stains the bacteria. So like this, the gram-positive will be stained purple at the end of the staining, and the gram-negative will be stained reddish pink at the end of the staining. That's it from my side regarding the gram staining. I hope you got, and if still you have any kind of confusion, please feel free to ask us in the comment box, and thank you for watching.